Hello and welcome to Sunday. It's pretty late, but that's not gonna stop us. Couple things happened today, but I've been thinking about something for the past few days that has been taking a bit of time for me to kind of realize and get through. Um, this probably applies to a lot of people, but I am in the minority here when I feel like I'm talking about this. For whatever reason, the default behavior for like web browsers on computers is that if you close them and then reopen them, sometimes they'll just have, the hundreds of tabs that you've collected over the years and just open. And that feels weird to me. For me, I have maybe, I only have a handful of tabs open, and that resets every night when I shut down my computer. Turn it back on, brand new session. And that's fine to me. But for some people, they have like hundreds of tabs. And that's crazy to me. Because that I just might be have been on the internet for too long that seems abnormal. But then you go to the phone, and my phone has 48 tabs. Like that's 48 tabs. Um, Phone is where stuff goes to die. There's some stuff here that I don't need to have open. For example, let's go to this page, which is Mozilla explaining Oblivious HTTP. Is an article that came out last month. Just haven't read it. Should probably read it, and then I'd be done with it. But I have not. But there's also things like pages that I visit every day, right? I have security cameras. That feed is right in the browser, so I can click on it immediately. Um, that's the big one. But there's also things of reference that I would like to visit at some point. And, if I'm reading a blog or whatever and going through the entire archive, I leave off on the page that I'm on and then I would continue from there. But it's also, uh, if I stop for a little bit, I would need to keep going, and that's something. There's a lot. I just really things that I should investigate more, but never got a chance to. There's a thing right here for trying to get the air quality for the region I'm in. Right now, the air quality is good, according to airnow.gov. And, something like XKCD. I've been drinking tonight, unfortunately. I love the comic, but I wanted to go through all of the explain XKCDs. So we're on 39, and we've been on 39 for years. Not years, but months. Very long time. And I just hang on to the stuff because I don't know why, right? What else are you supposed to do? So I'm here. Tabs are where, well, the phone is where tabs go to die. For my computer, I reset every night. I have bookmarks as I actually use on the computer, but on my phone I don't. And that's kind of odd and different. It's weird, to me at least, but it's to have them on the computer. But on the phone, I just have things that I would like to reference every now and then. If I have a dull moment, I can look up and see, yes, FFmpeg Explorer, an application, well, a web app that lets me explore the options that I have through FFmpeg. And I actually used this pretty recently. But it's also a thing of like, I don't really need this. There's so many different things, silly little things like this that I would need to go through, and I'm trying to make a point of going through some of them. I did so today where I had an article that featured a video that was like, hey, this is how you do blank, blank, and blank. I'm like, cool. That's been sitting there for years. Let's get rid of that finally. And so I did. So I'm slowly trimming down the fat, but maybe I'll bookmark FFmpeg Explorer and put it somewhere there. So in the future, if I ever need it, again on my computer, you can't use FFmpeg on the phone. Maybe one day, but man, we'll figure this out. It's a very silly little thing, but it's just I have these tabs open and there's nothing that there is to do with them except close them or just finish reading and engaging with whatever I decided to pick up. So hopefully we can manage that in the future. Regardless, I think that's what we're going to call it for today. So thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. And until then, later.